segment of Fan Outdoors live from the fair for this year, actually, but the fan will be out here through the duration of the fair. Hey, let's welcome into the conversation from Clam Outdoors, one of the pros, Shawn Lankki, joins us right now. Shawn, good evening.
Good evening, guys.
How are you?
Pretty good.
That's good. Now, Clam's down here at the State Fair, and Clam, I know, has some things that are all seasons, but primarily it's ice and stuff, and are people starting to talk ice fishing with them?
We're getting pretty excited.
Really?
There's a lot of people that are looking at, the new tackle, new houses, everything else that's coming out new this year. We're pretty excited.
What are some of the new houses, Shawn, that you're seeing?
Well, we got a fully thermal Kenai. It's a one-man ice house.
Okay.
Fully thermal. And a couple of the other houses are pretty good.
The thermal shell
Thermal shell.
is awesome.
Yes.
That's incredible as far as warmth goes, and the sweating advantages. There's no sweating on the inside of them.
No condensation buildup, no dripping of water off the roofs.
So what? I'm confused. There's like a regular canvas style, and then is this thermal different?
Yes, it is. You have a 600 denier shell on most of your ice houses, and now you have a thermal membrane, which has been sealed together with another 600 denier, and it's just an added insulation. Yep.
Ah, cool.
That is cool.
Times have changed since you've been around the outdoors, since you retired already.
Yeah, times are really changing.
Yep. They're not sewn together. You don't have the holes from the needles. It's actually welded together. The fabrics are.
Interesting.
On new houses.
In the old days, the poles used to be a problem. Are there still issues with them?
No, not really. We got a new clip system. Helps slide them up and down easy.
So in that thermal, what is it, a Kenai?
The Kenai, yep.
Is that the one man? Well, does that have the heavier style poles on it then?
It does not. Nope. They don't extend.
Okay.
It's built for fast fishing, moving, running and gunning.
Cool.
Flip it over, flip it back, and go.
What about, I know that Clam entered into the tackle market, I think it was last year, and they made a big splash last year. I fished the plastics, and they're incredible. I mean,
the Mackie line.
Yes, they're incredible. Now you've got Clam is coming out with some new tackle this year too, aren't they?
Yep. We got the drop jig or the drop kick jig and caviar jig. Pretty excited to see the caviar in action.
Is that
this year?
Tungsten?
It's tungsten, all of them. Yep. And the Mackie plastics we have an extra large Jamie, extra large minnow. That it's bigger profile baits.
Now, Billy, as I recall, there was a story last winter. Didn't you become a believer in tungsten?
Yeah. Yeah. It goes down through slush in the ice. Goes down fast.
Yep. You can control it.
Yes. And I'm a big tungsten guy. In fact, I got one box. It's all tungsten now.
It's funny because you get a few of the samples from the tungsten stuff, and you still have this full box of everything else, and then that full box just pretty much sits there, and you use all the tungsten just because it's revolutionary.
There's sometimes I actually switch back to lead.
Really?
The lightness factor for some of the finicky bluegills.
Really?
Yep. The tungsten's too heavy. They don't want to suck it in. You get down to a small lead jig, and they're able to suck it in.
Oh, yeah. Good point. I must just go into fisher biting.
They're always biting.
Somewhere, right?
Let me know when you're going.
Billy takes me.
Yeah, we caught some fish. I've gone almost exclusively, and it's as Chris said. I've got a box with hundreds of jigs in it, and I just keep accumulating more. It's a little like my summer tackle. But last year, I don't think I used but maybe one lead jig all winter long. But I'd bemoan the fact when I'd break off and lose the tungsten on something, and usually had to do with my knot tying and not being able to see the eye and tie the knot right. But that tungsten is incredible stuff.
At $2.50 to $3 a pop. You don't want to lose it.
I know that.
So you don't want to be fishing for pike, is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, when they drop out of sight, you see them hit the hole. They get out of sight a lot faster than the pain is gone.
It's done.
Yeah, it's done. Pretty quick.
Yep.
So what are people looking at over at Clam now?
They're getting excited with screen tents. We got a line of screen tents.
Okay.
For a summer line, we got a little bit of a line of that. the ice augers, the new ice houses, the tackle.
How about the trailers?
The drop downs, there's some excitement about those too. Right now, we got some drop downs,
For especially for all that logging I do.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, the Polar.
Yeah.
Well, then they've got a brand new. Last year was a hard side.
Hard side, yep, that's the one we're talking about. The drop down hard side,
and it different than a lot of them. It actually drops right straight vertical, doesn't it?
Straight vertical down hydraulic system. Yep.
And that's
long.
That's
Chris,
handy.
Looks like you need one.
Yep.
They're nice.
Anything to keep me warm.
Also,
You've seen my deer stand, so
exactly. How many propane tanks and is the TV up and running now?
The TV's running. Yep, we got it all.
That's a deer stand.
That's a nice deer stand. We do have a line of rods too this year, the professional series of rods. We've got a Matt Johnson panfish rod, Zippy perch rod. Some of our ice team pros designed rods, just species specific this year.
You got one for you?
No,
not yet.
Not yet.
I also know that Jason Mitchell has some his name on some of the things too.
Yep, we've got the Mitchell line of combos, and we also have the Dave Gens.
And also he's got some houses with his name on it also.
The Jason Mitchell house.
Which they're different than the standard blues that Clam comes in.
Right. They do have a full thermal, Jason Mitchell full thermal, and it comes decked out with minnow buckets, light bar, everything, the whole works.
Cadillac.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Well, and if people go out to Devil's Lake also, I mean, the Perch Patrol they use exclusively Clam products.
Yep.
And I know that one of the times out there, Zippy always put them kind of in a line, and then he would be in front. And I said, Zip, what are you doing in the front of those guys? And he says, well, I'm keeping the wood ticks off. And it seems that the houses, the blue houses and the Perch Patrol guys are well known.
Yep.
And
they get followed.
Yeah, they do. And that just keeps people around. I mean, keeps his clients on their fish.
Yep.
Well, where are your fish, Shawn? Where do you hang out on the ice?
Oh, anywhere there's a tournament.
Oh,
I fish tournaments, ice tournaments. So if wherever there's a tournament, I'm there a week before pre-fishing up to the tournament, and then the next tournament lake. So this year it's going to start off on White Bear Lake.
Oh, right down the road.
I know you fished summer tournaments and open water tournaments in the past. With the ice tournaments, how do they differ? Is it a lot of the same mentality that summer has, or how do you handle that?
It's pretty much the same. Our snowmobile is like a bass boat. You got electronics, gets to the spots. We can go anywhere on the lake. 6-hour tournament, just doing from 8 to 2.
Do you always go into an event with a preconceived idea like a summer tournament?
Yep.
Okay.
Hopefully I can win. That's my preconceived.
Well, I know that, but oftentimes when I was fishing competitively, I'd have a plan for the day, and I'd go through the plan in about maybe 45 minutes, and then look at whoever I was with and say, well, now what should we do?
Yeah. Now what? Yep. Yeah, we did that a couple times.
Okay.
And it's like, okay, now what? Where are we going now?
Some days you got to pre-fish the day of the tournament.
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
Done that.
Been there.
We last year on Clearwater, we had in March we had our last tournament. And 11 o'clock we had a couple bluegills. We had our limit of bluegills, 8 bluegills and 2 crappies. And about 11 o'clock we went to a spot and had it to ourselves. And first fish was a 12-inch crappie. And then my fishing partner ended up catching a 14 and a half. And then I got a 14 and 3/4. And we got about a 9 3/4 inch gill in about 3 hours. Yeah, about 2 hours from 11 to 1. It was just a magic 2 hours. We ended up winning the tournament.
That's awesome.
With 12 pounds for 15 fish. Panfish, sunnies and crappies.
So in the wintertime, once you find them one time, do they stay in about the same area?
Roughly, yeah. They'll be in the same area. Who knows about depth or, they'll slide up 10 feet and down, but I don't fish any deeper than 10. 10
Really?
feet, 10 to 4 feet, yep. Weed lines are up in the weeds.
Okay.
They're somewhere around.
Interesting. I hadn't thought of that. I was always wondering, because I've seen some tournaments go on when I'm out at Chisago on the ice, and I was wondering how the guys handle it, because they just kind of show up, and it looks like they're usually drilling 4-inch holes.
Yep, 6 inches.
6 inches?
4-inch, you use 4-inch scouting with cameras and stuff pre-fishing, but normally during the tournament, 6 inches.
Interesting.
Yeah, in Chisago, there's an NAIFC tournament out there.
Okay.
We fish every year, so.
Wow, it's pretty cool stuff. I mean, it's fun. And Shawn, we're just about ending the show right now, but I'll thank you for coming by. And this whole radio gig is not that hard, is it?
Nope.
Where's the Clam booth?
That's why we can do it.
The Clam booth is up on Machinery Hill, up by some old tractors that rattle all day long.
All day long.
They're spitting and sputtering all day long.
You're hearing them all night long in your sleep, too,
Yep,
aren't you?
We're on the corner of Cooper and Lee.
Okay, excellent. Well, thank you, Shawn. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Shawn Lankki from Clam Outdoors. He's joining us. Guys, we've just got